evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the high plains of northeastern New Mexico and the home of the famous and historic Montezuma's Castle, Las Vegas, New Mexico. It should be one tremendous fight. We have a tremendous card for you tonight. And joining me once again, the most colorful commentator in boxing today, Dan Cisneros. Dan, good evening. How are you?
Thanks, Henry. Good to be here tonight. And I'll tell you, we're in for a great fight tonight. Henry, we're going to have a great time tonight.
I am looking forward to it. The stage is literally set. Don't go away. Rising Stars Boxing is coming your way shortly.
Check out Maestas.
Taking a look at Mark Urioste from Las Vegas, New Mexico. And when he stepped into the house, the crowd went wild. On the other side, you have Marty Maestas, with maybe the most deceiving record in all of boxing, 2-10-1, and he is going to put on a show. He will not leave here empty-handed. He is going to give it everything he's got. He will leave it all in the ring. Here is ring announcer Tomas Sanchez.
In the blue corner, with a 14-6, 12 knockout record, weighing in at 124 pounds. Correction, with a 2-10, 1 knockout record, weighing in at 147 and 9 ounces. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, Marty Maestas.
Marty will put on a show
in the red corner. With a 2-1 record, 1 knockout, weighing in at 142 and 8 ounces, from Las Vegas, New Mexico. Mark Urioste!
Now, standing ovation. An overpowering reaction has got to lift up
I got nervous.
Mark Urioste. But Marty Maestas likes that sort of environment.
Marty Maestas, Henry, with the camouflage trunks. He'll feed off his opponent's energy. And Mark Urioste has the power of Las Vegas, New Mexico behind him, but this is going to be a war, Henry. The styles, it can't miss. This is going to be wild as long as it lasts.
Well, the expression, the eye of the tiger, well, that certainly is the description of Marty Maestas. He will make the fight. But so will Mark Urioste. They want to battle. You can sense it, you can feel it.
Here we go. It's a grudge match.
And referee Al Martinez will have his hands full in this one. Good left hand, right hand. Missing. Urioste now backs away. And Urioste complaining of holding by Marty Maestas. Urioste in black. And the camouflage is Marty Maestas.
And Henry, you were talking about that deceiving record of Maestas. He was the New Mexico ABF state champion. And we got
you've got a lot of punches flying here from Urioste. And the crowd reaction to every one of them. Here comes Marty Maestas.
Marty holds a win over Chris Linson in the amateurs, Henry, for that ABF state title.
Now Marty looks hurt here, but don't let that deceive you. Urioste trying to put him away early in this fight. But I assure you, Marty will come out of this fighting some way, somehow.
Henry, Mark Urioste fighting right to the form on the sheet. Straight ahead powerhouse.
Urioste is very strong. And the crowd sensing the early knockout. But here comes Marty Maestas pushing his opponent away. Marty is not flashy. He doesn't have brilliant combinations. He is just a fighter.
Exactly, Henry. He is a fighter. He's a guy who kind of came up late in boxing, but he was good enough to win that ABF state championship. He was very proud of that. And he's been willing to be a road warrior, fighting in Denver, in Phoenix. He's gone everywhere, you know, have gloves, will travel.
Now Urioste is leaning all over Marty right now with shots that are missing the mark. And that right-hand, left-hand combination does hit the mark.
And I think Marty needs to spin off those ropes. Mark Urioste is using that pure strength, just pushing on Marty, wearing him down, using that strength to his advantage. And Marty should be stepping out and boxing a little bit. He can move his feet, he can box, he can throw the jab. And right now he's in the center of the ring. This is where he can do some damage.
Now Urioste is 2-1, a 2-1 record, 1 knockout. Very early in his career. Marty has a slip and he'll go down, and the referee says no. It is a slip. El Martinez, one of the finest in the business. Right hand, left hand by Urioste. Marty ducks away and gets hit with the right hand on left hand. Maestas in big trouble here.
Marty just covering up right now, maybe hoping that Urioste will burn out, but he is in danger while doing that. Oh!
Urioste, very powerful puncher. But they are both huffing and puffing as they go back to their corners. Wow, what do we have in store here? Let's find out together when Rising Stars Boxing continues after this.
Number 2, sponsored by D&D Sports. D&D Sports.
Round 1 was very interesting. You saw Marty Maestas cover up a great deal. We have seen him in previous fights do a lot of punching. We expect to see more than what we have seen thus far from Maestas.
And Henry, Mark Urioste is on a mission here. His first pro fight here in Las Vegas, he was knocked out cold in 1 round.
Now there's the Marty Maestas I was talking about. It's almost like he has a game plan of his own to deceive and fake out his opponent. But Urioste is very strong and a wild puncher. Not brilliant in their technique, but certainly aggressive.
These guys know each other well, Henry. They've sparred together. Both guys have some big name local fighters in their corners. Mark Urioste has super middleweight Max Heyman in his corner. Marty Maestas has Rudy Lovato in his corner.
Before a huge crowd in Las Vegas enjoying this fight here. And there is Marty Maestas trying to punch himself away from the ropes.
And now you see Marty doing what he can do. He can be very quick and very busy when he gets on track.
Urioste continues to lean all over Maestas. It's a tactic we have not seen for many, many moons, but it's a tactic that's working here in Las Vegas tonight.
Just literally, Henry, laying on Marty and pushing him back against the ropes. Like a wrestling match, and it's very grueling.
One thing to keep in mind here is fatigue, the stamina. How much of this can they take? The intensity of the crowd, all the emotion, it can wear you down, not to mention throwing punches, how that works against you.
It definitely can, Henry. And Mark Urioste, feeding off of that energy from the crowd here, he could burn out. He could burn out, and that's where Marty Maestas may be able to get to him.
Now Urioste looks very tired. He is huffing and puffing and throws a big right hand and scores with it, but takes a couple of his own. Has to dance away from the trouble that Marty Maestas brought to him.
Oh, nice left hand by Maestas right there. He snuck it in.
Well, El Martinez will work hard in this one.
Another world-class referee who has worked Johnny Tapia world title fights, Al Martinez from Santa Fe.
Body shot scored by Urioste. And there you go. They tackle one another and brought down at the 15-yard line.
No flag on that play.
Marty Maestas will resort to anything to beat his opponent. He's got his own rule book. And a very interesting second round. We'll see more of this. Stay there. Rising Stars Boxing right here on CBS 13. Well, we go to round 3. We have seen a little bit of everything. We will see more. And they exchange a bunch of powerful punches. Holding on is Urioste. And Marty Maestas had one thing in mind, to end the fight with that barrage.
Boy, Marty wants this fight bad, Henry. He wants this fight like a monkey wants peanuts. He just wants to get this win so bad.
Oh, a big right hand sneaks through. And now Urioste continues to weigh all over the chest of Maestas.
And as I said earlier, Henry, Maestas with a victory over Chris Linson in the amateurs. They split a pair of fights in the amateurs, but Chris Linson did stop Marty Maestas as a professional in their third meeting.
Now this is the fight of the unexpected. Your guess is as good as mine.
The crowd is into it, Henry. Listen to them. They're all backing they're picking their favorite fighter and backing him all the way.
Well, there's a new bit of strategy. Lean on him, push on him, and then pound him on the head. And El Martinez has never seen that before.
Oh, uppercut by Maestas, Henry. And when Marty's on the outside, he's got to let his hands go. This is his chance to score.
Well, Urioste will continue to employ that strategy, and I think right now Marty Maestas is enjoying it because he is getting to rest a little bit, trying to counterpunch, but Urioste is very, very strong.
I don't know if Marty could move his feet and get that uppercut right now with Urioste leaning on him.
Now Marty is doing a good job of getting the right hand on the ear.
Nice
and an uppercut scores there.
Yeah.
And it's scored and it rocks Urioste.
And look how Urioste backed off right away, Henry. I think Maestas kind of stung him right there.
And that coupled with Urioste maybe punching himself out here.
Yeah, he's huffing and puffing with his mouth wide open, asking for a broken jaw.
Two very strong men. It's not pretty, it's just fighting.
And Marty Maestas is a fighter.
Now there's Marty trying to circle around with a counter punch, and he scores twice. Now the body punches have to hurt Urioste. Now he complains about a low blow. And El Martinez.
I didn't see a low blow here, Henry. I may have missed it. But
well, he will call time and obviously talk to Urioste to make sure he is okay. And I don't believe El Martinez saw it. And we will find out if he will penalize him. He's certainly going to give him a warning.
Yeah, he's going to give him a good stern warning.
But he won't take a point away.
But could Mark Urioste be trying to get a breather here too, Henry?
Well, videotape will show if in fact it was a low blow.
But Marty was doing the right thing, going to the body. He was scoring nicely there. I hope he won't stop that because that was a winning ticket.
Now, one thing for sure, Urioste got a little rest period. Marty did too. And here we go.
Oh!
And that obviously is a slip.
No knockdown.
And Marty is ticked.
At the bell.
At the bell, Urioste slips and goes down. And Marty Maestas is perturbed right now. We'll come back for more of this after this. Now pictures speak louder than words. And those are very loud pictures.
Oh.
Here's a big right hand that rocks Urioste. Another one by Maestas.
Here's
Urioste
Marty.
in big trouble, but he continues to move forward.
Marty Maestas reverting to his old amateur style, Henry. Literally a human windmill of punches.
Now Urioste found out something brand new about Marty. He's got a lot of power. And he won't go away.
Oh, it's a grueling fight, Henry. Fatigue is going to be a big factor in this one. Who did the road work? We're going to find out.
Well, we know which one of them played football.
Oh!
Here's Marty in trouble. Can he get out of this? He has done it many times before. He is very strong, and he'll turn around and blast with a left hand and a right hand too.
How do you like the way Marty turned him around, Henry?
Very strong, Marty Maestas.
Nice move. Oh!
Now this is an old-fashioned brawl.
And the chant of Marty, Marty coming up for a little bit there, Henry, here in Mark Urioste's hometown. Mouthpiece.
Now Marty Maestas will be taken to his corner. They'll clean out the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece is, when it hits the canvas, they'll clean it off, and then Marty will get a new one. They get to rest a little bit here, and we'll get to see more of this wild action. It's not artistic, it is wild.
But isn't it entertaining?
Amen. Look at the big right hand by Marty Maestas.
Same pattern, Henry. Urioste leans on him, Marty rests a while, and then he turns things around.
Uppercut. Trying to clear a path here to get away from Urioste. And there's the path right there. Urioste wanted no more of that. Urioste bleeding from the nose.
A lot of punishment being dished out in this one. Definite grudge match, Henry.
Two right hands by Urioste. Marty now works the body. Now Urioste has very little left in punching power and combinations. He may have punched himself out. He will need a rest.
Real nice body combination by Marty Maestas right there. Now a warning for the head goes to Urioste. Second warning.
And Urioste is huffing and puffing a little bit more than Marty Maestas. That could tell the final story here in Las Vegas tonight. Conditioning. Two strong fighters. Urioste throws a big right hand at the bell. We will see more. Stay right there. Well, you know you've got a great fight when the fighters get a louder ovation than the ring girls. And this crowd is turned on to these combatants here in Las Vegas.
And it's not always the most scientific and beautiful boxers, Henry, but it's the guys who come to fight that the fans love.
Now Marty Maestas now becoming the aggressor and moving forward.
Marty stepped in with a nice jab there. He's going back to boxing, and that may be his key to victory here. Oh!
Big wild hands and a big right hand straight up on the nose to Urioste.
I think Marty had Urioste stunned there, and Marty did not jump on him. He should have jumped right in there and got some of that.
Well, he's still stunned. Marty now scoring some big points.
Boy, Urioste started fast, Henry, but he has really worn down here through fatigue.
Well, he's going to have to resort to counterpunching, but now he tries to be the aggressor and misses badly. Here comes Marty Maestas working the head and the body. Urioste tries to counter.
I still think Marty could land the uppercut if he'd throw it a little more. There it is.
Straight uppercut
There
from
it
Marty
is.
Maestas.
Right on cue. Now go back down to the body. It looks wide open. And Urioste continuing, Henry, to just lean on his man. Ugly boxing style, but that's what he needs to do right now, I guess.
Well, in the corner of Marty Maestas is Rudy Lovato. Here comes Marty Maestas following suit of the information he got from Lovato.
And you talk about a master tactician, Henry, Rudy Lovato, as we saw in his last fight against Chris Linson. Passing some of that on to Marty, making him a better fighter.
And this reminds me a great deal of the old rope-a-dope. Marty Maestas is willing to take punches in order to get some resting time, and it's working.
I think it's working real well. Oh, Urioste, though, snuck a nice right hand in there. But he's being outworked by Marty right now.
Two very strong fighters. Right hand rocks Marty Maestas against the ropes. And now the weight of a very strong Urioste.
That brought the crowd to their feet, Henry. The Las Vegas fans here trying to find some way to get Mark Urioste to pull through this.
Now two left hands work very well. The left-handed jab that we have not seen much from Marty Maestas. Marty very content to go back up against the ropes and to weather the storm. Now he'll do a little bit of his own.
Uh-oh.
And now he'll a little bit of professional wrestling.
I think Marty's about had enough of that pushing.
And El Martinez is going to give him a very stern, firm warning. Could we have a disqualification? Let's see.
He stopped the fight.
Well, let's see.
It's over.
He has been disqualified. El Martinez, it appears that he has disqualified Marty Maestas.
The sixth and final round is sponsored
Well,
by
Rudy
the
Lovato out there, very adamant, very disappointed. But that is one tactic we have never seen.
Well, I don't know, Henry. A lot of confusion here. Lorenzo's pleading his case here with Al Martinez. Rudy Lovato's upset. I think Al Martinez probably should have took a point away there. But he's talking to Rudy right now. And the Urioste corner looks a little confused themselves.
Well,
Henry.
it was a move that was very unnecessary. Marty Maestas was coming back in this fight. All he had to do was fight to the end, and he could get himself a victory or get a knockout along the way.
I had Maestas leading that in the fight here on my scorecard unofficially. Disappointing for Marty. He wanted this one so bad. You look at him there, he's very disappointed.
Well, he seems very composed under these circumstances.
He got tired of being pushed around. He decided to push back.
And now he's being questioned by Lenny Frescas as to what he did. And he will have to explain his move to a lot of people here. But the hometown fighter will step out of the ring as victor tonight. Mark Maestas is the winner of this fight due to disqualification.
Mark Urioste.
Mark Urioste, what did I call him?
Maestas.
I'm sorry. Mark Urioste is the winner. Marty Maestas is the loser by disqualification.
But this one begs for a rematch, Henry. We've got to. The fans, I'm sure here, will demand a rematch on this. I hope Lenny will do it for us. Would you like to see that again?
I would. Well, we'll take a break. We'll come back with more. Stay right there.
Ready, guys? Ready, Gene? Ready? Ladies and gentlemen,
let's go to ring announcer Tomas Sanchez.
The winner by disqualification from Las Vegas, New Mexico, Mark Urioste!
Well, it was a fight that had entertainment written all over it. The crowd here enjoys the verdict. They talk as gentlemen. Out of respect, they have a final word. The man in the middle, El Martinez, disqualified Marty Maestas with a move that we have never seen in this sport before, maybe. And maybe you'll never see it again.
At least he didn't bite his ears, Henry.
Well, we will give creativity points to Marty Maestas, but all that got him was a disqualification. We will return to Las Vegas right after this.